Hi guys, Emily Campbell with Making Math Make Sense again. I'm here to play Face Off, but with intermediate grades. So first grade friends, you guys can play the beginning part of these games when we're going to be adding and subtracting with your kids. It's great for working on fluency. My second graders as well, you can be doing that fluency with addition and subtraction. My third, fourth, and fifth grade friends, once we get into multiplication, that's where you're going to be able to step in and really be working on that multiplication fluency. Remember, multiplication is about comprehension, accuracy, and then speed. Okay, so we're not focused solely on the speed, we're focused on that comprehension piece. And I'm going to show you some cards that we're going to use today to make sure we know if the kids understand comprehension of multiplication. And then we're going to get into fractions. And we're going to use a variety of materials, just like we did during our primary video. So I can give you a slew of materials so this game can change and it doesn't get stagnant and boring for kids. Are you ready to play? Let's go. I've got my third grade son here with me, and he is going to play Face Off with me. All right, buddy, you ready?
Yep.
Say hi, Lucas.
Hey.
All right. So Lucas and I are going to start off by playing with cards, just like we would in regular old war. We're going to call it Face Off nowadays. We're each going to split the deck of cards into two piles. All right, Lucas, get your pile. So this is called Face Off Sums. We're each going to lay a card down, and whoever says the sum first gets to keep the deck of cards. Are you ready, Lucas?
Yep.
All right, ready, go. 15. So mom wins, mom gets to keep it. Ready? Oh, lay another one down. That's just another boxcar card.
8.
Oh, Lucas gets to get that one.
4.
4. Oh, tie. Lay 2 face down. Oops, 2 face down. And flip the third. Ready, set, go. 16. Ooh, mom won that one. So we're playing and finding the sum. Let's play differences now. So face off differences. You're going to do the same thing, except we're going to do the difference between the two numbers. So we're going to subtract. Ready?
10.
Okay, make sure you put it over here into the camera, bud. 3.
13.
3. We're doing differences, buddy. We're subtracting.
It's okay.
3.
1.
Oh. It works well if you lay them down at the same time.
4.
Yep. So that is face off sums and differences. So you can use it playing cards. All right. So Lucas, why don't you grab your double dice and we'll do it this way now. Okay. So the double dice takes us into another level of learning. So these double dice are dice within a dice. You can order these on Amazon. They're super cute in there. They come in 6-sided. These are 10-sided. And I think they also come in 12-sided. We're going to play with just 10-sided, and we are going to first add the numbers that we roll on our inner die and our outer die, and then we're going to compare them. So here's where I'm going to get my comparing card out again. So this is the symbol for a less than. This is the symbol for greater than. Notice how I have dots on my inequality symbol. There's no alligators eating the bigger number. The alligator's not hungry. It has nothing to do with mathematics. We want to develop an understanding of mathematics with our inequality symbol. So on this inequality symbol, I have 1 dot on this side and 2 dots on this side. Most students understand that 1 is less than 2. So the smaller number is going to go on this side and the bigger number goes on this side, even if it's flipped around this way. On the other side of my card, I have an equal sign. Both sides of the equal sign have 2 dots. That's allowing kids to understand that it's the same over here is the same over here. We need to develop that understanding. So when kids have to start balancing equations in middle school, that deep understanding is there and it's solidified. All right, Lucas, you ready?
Yep.
So you're going to add your numbers that you roll. I'm going to add the numbers I roll, and then we're going to compare our numbers. Ready? So mom has a 7 and a 7. What do you have?
A 9 and a 9.
So 7 plus 7 is 14.
I mean a 9 and a 1.
Okay.
And 9 plus 1 is 10.
So 10 is less than 14. So using these double dice, they can add and then compare. So it's taking that extra layer of math in it. All right, I'm going to get my orange back. You get your blue back. Let's roll again. I have a 2 and a 9. So I have 11.
I have a 6 and a 5. So
that's a 9. So the dots on bottom, buddy, that's a 9.
A 6 and a 9.
A 9 and a 5.
A 9 and a 5 equals 14.
So I have 11, you have 14. So 11 is less than 14, and you're going to say
9
14 is
14 is greater than
11. Yep, good. So you can use these double dice that way. They can add and then compare. It's awesome. Or they can be subtracting these numbers and then comparing. Just another way. Somebody that I really look up to is Jo Boaler, and she has a website called ucubed.org. On her ucubed site, she has some multiplication cards. So you could play face-off with these multiplication cards too, so they have to solve something first. So if I flip this one over, my score would be what? 32. Let's say Lucas flipped this one over. He has 1, 2, 3, 4 groups of 8. That's also 32. So if we both flip these two cards over, those would be equivalent. Those would be equal. Okay. Here's one she has as an area model. We have a 7 by 9. So this card is worth, 63. This card is just in number form, so it's 42. So 63 is greater than 42. She has a whole set of these cards that I've just printed off ucube.org, and I have copied them on cardstock, laminated them, and cut them out. And so my students at school play with these cards as well. So here's dominoes. So it's 5 plus 4 is 9. So there's 7 groups of 9. So that's another 63. Here's 64. But there's an 8 times 8 in here somewhere. And so these cards, you can play the game memory with them. We play face-off most of the time with these cards in 4th grade. Another game you can play with face-off is comparing fractions. So Lucas, you're gonna get half the deck of cards again. Mom's gonna get half the deck of cards again. We're gonna flip over 2 cards to create a fraction. It has to be a proper fraction. So that means the number on top, our quantity, is gonna be smaller than our value. So I'm gonna make a fraction. So my fraction is 5/6. What's your fraction, Lucas?
8/11.
8/11. So 5/6 is what to 8/11? Well, I'm using my number sense here, and 5/6 is 1 unit away from a whole. 8/11 is 3 units away from the whole, but the 11ths are a whole lot smaller than the 6ths. Okay, so on this one, I might want to use a visual model to compare these fractions. I might want to put them on a number line. So then you're going to use this to help us figure out which one's greater than, which one's less than. Let's come up with one that's a little bit more friendly for our friends at home too. Here we go. I have 6/12. 6/12 is what to 5/8? Well, we know 6/12 is what? Let's use our benchmark fractions. 6/12 is 1/2. 5/8. Well, what would be half of 8? 4. So 5/8 is bigger than 4/8, which would be equivalent to 1/2 here. So 6/12 is less than 5/8. If I were playing this game with kiddos, I would definitely take out my 11ths and my 7ths and my 9ths, because those are not common denominators that we have to work with in our 4th and 5th grades. So just another way to use face-off to work on fractions. I also have some fraction cards available for you to download underneath this video that you can just flip over fraction cards and use those fraction cards instead of having to lay out 2 of your playing cards. I really hope that you have enjoyed face-off. There's lots of different variations. It's very similar to horse race, which Kristen posted about a few weeks ago. But it's a way to play a game with the same concepts of comparing numbers, adding numbers, subtracting numbers, working with our fractions. You can even print off decimal cards and work on comparing decimals. I hope you enjoyed Face Off. Let us know below in the comments how you played it, what variations you might have made to it, and how well your kids or students have enjoyed it. Thanks.